All right, what's up, guys? Today we're talking diets. Many different types of diets. A lot of people out there who think certain diets are better than others.
Totally.
What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, my take is definitely people have that misconception. Often, more than usual, it's one diet doesn't fit all. And a lot of times people consider it going on a diet to lose weight when their entire life has been set amount of food opposed to doing small diets here and there. So long story short, it needs to be more of like a lifestyle approach, I always say. Yeah. And people might try to adhere to a diet that maybe you're following. Say you're doing a ketogenic diet. They see your physique, they admire your physique, they want to have a physique like yours.
They think that's the only way, right?
They think that's the only way. They don't maybe put into perspective, is it good for me? Is it suitable for me? And a lot of times it doesn't always work out. So they trickle back to their old ways.
And people react to different things, right? Carbohydrates reacts different to people, high fat, low fat.
Exactly.
Not eating meat at all, just eating meat.
Very so.
It seems like carnivore can be very good for people, and then vegetarian can be very good for other people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really make anything right or wrong, better or worse. It's a personal preference, and it's kind of trial and error, would you say?
Yeah, trial and error, and then just having the right direction. I think a lot of diets people start or meal plans or weight loss approaches, they'll go off of what they see on social media or what they think might be a good idea, opposed to seeking like actual expert opinion, maybe a dietitian or a doctor or a certified trainer or someone who kind of knows what that person needs to do regarding starting an actual diet. And then you need to actually, of course, do your due diligence or hire somebody to actually address what you need personally. Because a lot of these diets that people might see athletes, celebrities do, it may not be obtainable for them, them personally, that is.
Or it's a fad, right, at the time?
Most of the time it's fad too. It's,
Like, what was the main fad one?
I think
what was the book? What was that fad diet? There's a book written on
like maybe the Atkins diet,
The
possibly?
Atkins, that was huge at one point, right?
Then you had Dr. Atkins,
Yeah.
So it's a doctor,
and I'm sure there's been so many over the years that I can't even think of right now.
Yeah, and you had doctors promoting different diets, like the vegan diet, a lot of doctors are behind. Pescatarian, South Beach diet, that's a big one too as well.
And then you got like that documentary you mentioned before we started. They can like manipulate, persuade, kind of like make you think this is the way to go.
Keywords,
yeah.
And you have like all the lights and glamour and celebrities and dramatic effects. It's easy to sell someone on that particular diet or lifestyle.
And everyone's so confused on what to do. Nobody really knows the right direction. So most people like sheep when it comes to diet. Everyone's just like jumps on trends and doesn't really critically think or do their own research or talk to the right people or get blood work.
Yeah.
They kind of come in like invest in the stock market. They just listen to someone's tip and then that's that.
And hope it works.
Yeah, hope it works. Yeah. So how do you kind of work out the best diet for you?
Oh, for me personally,
not even for you, but if you're a person who's looking to lose weight, looking to get healthier, how do you figure that out for yourself? Where do you start?
Yeah, just if individually speaking, if you're an individual looking to start a diet or a new lifestyle pertaining to different foods, most people aren't going to seek a doctor or a dietitian. The main thing they want to say is they don't have time, they can't afford it. It's maybe a trust issue. So my thing I'd say is,
do the doctors really know anyway? Because a lot of doctors aren't healthy either.
And I don't blame them. I've had clients that say, "Hey, my doctor's out of shape." So it's not funny, but it's
I always say,
I know.
Don't go to a fat person trainer. Don't go to an unhealthy doctor, right?
And it's like that's true.
So where do you actually? Where do you start?
That's the thing about it. So I can see. I don't blame the individual who's going for a physique that looks like you and maybe asking you opposed to going to a doctor who looks maybe not the part. And a lot of times too, it's like you said too, with all these different videos and glamour and glitz, that's easy to persuade someone to do a particular diet when you might have this expert dietitian who looks out of shape but knows what you need personally. So it's more of a trust issue as well. But the main thing I'd say is just find someone who you're comfortable with. If it's a doctor that you don't feel looks the part, find someone who you feel can actually have both has the knowledge but also has the looks that maybe is.
And there are people out
gravitating towards you. And yeah, they are. You just got to make the effort to find it. And because the main thing about it, a lot of us will start these diets. That's the reason why there's so many diets out there, because a lot of these diets are popular and people start them and they don't work out, so they do something else. Opposed to saying, what do I need? How can I pinpoint what I need personally for my diet? Where do I go for that? So until you find that particular person or approach, it's going to be kind of like spinning your wheels, hopping on different types of diets.
But also, when you do diet, you're doing it properly.
Right.
I feel like so many people I tried for a week, it didn't work. I know Tony Robbins talks about that a lot. He goes, I tried this diet, didn't work. Tried this diet, didn't work.
Right.
But no, maybe did you actually give it 110%? Did you commit to it? Did you do it properly? Did you do your research?
Yeah.
And maybe I feel like all diets will work. But is there a diet which is more sustainable, maintainable, more of a lifestyle for you? Absolutely.
Right. Yep.
I've done plenty of different diets and they've all worked because I've committed to them 110%.
Right.
But was I able to maintain it? Was I able to stick to it for a long period of time? That is the question.
Exactly.
And that's what we kind of always preach is lifestyle is key, right?
Yeah,
not quick fads.
Precisely. I think, let me know what you think. I think both of us can probably do any diet out there, be vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian, and keyword adhere to that diet and do everything to the T and lose weight and feel great possibly.
Yeah.
Because what you want to do is make it into a lifestyle. The same way how we adopt that unhealthy lifestyle of eating fast food, burgers and fries, cereal in the morning, things that are bad, and it's a lifestyle. If we make that new diet a lifestyle to where we're doing it around the clock and we have everything that we need to know, for this new diet, and we're putting it out there and doing it, for months on end opposed to days or weeks, then you should get a nice response, out of the diet. And a lot of times people don't have the right base when they start a diet plan. They go off of what they see. They go on YouTube, which is a good resource. YouTube's great, but they don't necessarily have the right approach to the T. That's the key thing, is having everything to the T so you can be fail-proof.
And the problem too now, there's, especially on TikTok scares the hell out of me. There's so many fitness gurus.
Right.
Everybody's an expert. You got some 20-year-old kid with abs who's they've done push-ups for 6 months and they got abs. Everyone has abs when they're 20. It's not hard.
Very so.
Every girl's skinny up to the age of 25, 30 because they got metabolism on the side.
Right.
Doesn't make you a health expert. Doesn't make you got to kind of go through those trials and errors and those mistakes.
That's the thing.
And like as a bodybuilder, especially for you, you've been through the extreme of it, right?
Exactly.
So you understand what it takes. So what's some different diets kind of like that you have tried that you believe in, you don't like, and why is that?
Right. I think generally speaking, like, because the word diet, for one, people tend to like, I don't want to say shame it, or it's more discouraging. It's not really encouraging. They figure diet, I got to eat. Like we think bodybuilders, you got to diet, you got to have tilapia and broccoli all day long, opposed to
diet sounds like restriction.
Yeah,
like you're about to hate your life.
Yeah.
Diet equals hating your life.
And that circles back around to what you said with TikTok. People aren't using that word diet anymore. They're using like a lifestyle approach. They're using like macros now. Hey, let's do this macro plan for you. Let's do this nutrition plan for you. Even my approach, I say let's do a micronutrient approach so you can have all your macros, because it is a discouraging / not very educated, topic when it comes to the word diet. It's more so, what do you need for your dietary needs? What do you need for your goal? So a lot of times people in general, if they hear the word diet, they already immediately get discouraged.
Yeah.
So even though your diet is burgers and fries, oh, wait, that doesn't sound too bad. It's a diet. Yeah, it's what are you eating? What are your dietary requirements for your particular goal? So most people in general, like, this is why I see going around right now. Vegan diet's still going around, still trending. And it's a good diet because it does help, it does work. And if you're doing things right, you do due diligence. But the main thing about it is, most of us who do the SAD diet, like, what's a SAD diet? Standard American diet. it's funny how it's SAD.
Which is everything that we've learned. It's that food pyramid, right?
Yeah,
that we learned when we were kids.
Yeah, that's the thing about that. It's like once you change your diet from the SAD diet to any kind of healthy diet, you're going to lose the weight. You're going to feel better.
Yeah.
So you can tie the vegan diet, the ketogenic diet, paleo diet, because you're doing a healthier approach to the usual general diet. And the main thing about it is, if you can do everything to the T regarding, because here's the thing, in my opinion, certain things you do, like for instance, you said, give me an example for a diet, like the vegan diet, for instance. People who do the vegan diet, where you're cutting out dairy, cutting out things like honey, cutting out all your meats, all your proteins from animal sources. So when you are doing a vegan approach, you are lacking B vitamins, you're lacking zinc, you're lacking D3, because all those are from animal. And you're also lacking certain types of vitamins and minerals, because when you have the animals that eat the plants, and you're eating the animal, you're getting more nutrients that you're getting from the actual animal and the plants combined, opposed to getting the vitamins from the plants alone.
Yep.
So you have to, once again, it's not a bad thing at all. You just need to know how to replace what you're missing. And people who don't know how to replace what they're missing out of diets like the vegan diet or any other diet, you tend to come into, like a, we'll say plateau, or maybe health issues where you have brain fog, or you have thyroid issues to where your hair is falling out or teeth are falling out. And it's not the diet itself, it's more so knowing to adhere to the diet the right way. So
in doing the diet, because I'm not even picking on vegans, but I've seen like a vegan, hey, I'm not going to eat that clean meat, but I'm going to have French fries, because that fits into the vegan lifestyle.
Key example.
And that to me, that's a really bad example. If you're going to do it properly.
Yeah.
And it's like, even on keto, I'm going to have this full, heavy whipping cream,
I see where you're going with that,
opposed to having good fat comes on the meat. It's like, if you're going to do it properly. That's do it the way it's meant to do. Don't do the American or the manipulated, the tweaked side of it, right?
The marketing approach.
Impossible
Burger.
I'm going to go buy this. What's it? Impossible Burgers.
Impossible Meats, they have that now. It's all like, they have a whole category of impossible meats, from chicken and fish and beef.
Or going to In-N-Out and having like salad wrap over your meat patty. Don't go to In-N-Out if you're trying to lose weight.
That's just the thing.
If you're having a cheat meal, have a cheat meal, but it's not keto.
And it's direction.
Technically, it is keto, but it's not healthy. It's not helping you.
Bacon, keto, cheese, keto, but is it like a healthy approach to where you can? Is there healthier choices of this diet you can do? Yeah, there is, but it's not it's harder that way. I'm like,
but do it properly, right?
That's the approach. Every diet needs to be done to the T. Every diet can do really well, like, not the keep on talking about the vegan diet, but that's one thing I hear a lot about, is the vegan approach. And people who go on the vegan diet, doctors who promote the vegan diet, they say, hey, you lower your chances of heart disease, you lower your chances of diabetes. And a lot of times, because you're going from that SAD diet, standard American diet, which considers processed foods are okay, refined sugars, all those things that cause heart disease, you're cutting that out of your diet. Hopefully, if you're doing a clean vegan diet and you're doing just vegetables and fruits, and you're doing high amounts of fiber and grains, so you're going to have better issues with your cholesterol and your blood pressure and your colon, which is great. But at the same time, too, if you're missing out on those vitamins and minerals like zinc and D3 and B vitamins, then you're having more issues. So it's like, it's always a balance with everything.
And a big thing I believe in, no matter what diet you're doing, do the best alternative food of, so we're talking carbohydrates.
Right.
And you're eating any type of carbohydrate. Okay, low GI carbohydrates. So it's going to be your oatmeal, it's going to be your sweet potato, it's going to be your brown rice.
Right.
Do the better version of the carbohydrates.
Exactly.
If you're a vegan and you're eating predominantly like vegetables and fruits, and do it properly.
Right.
Don't do the processed stuff. Don't do the canned stuff.
Cut corners.
Don't do the French fries. Actually eat real vegetables. If you're doing your meats, don't have your processed deli meats. Like you said, that's the number one, that's the worst possible thing you can eat in the world, is processed meat.
Cancer.
So have your clean chicken, have your steak, don't have sausages, don't have your bacon, have your clean meats, right? So it doesn't really matter what diet you're doing, you just make sure you're doing it the best of your ability, and you're not doing the cheaty way.
That's what I say with the diets. It's the best diet is what you're going to actually adhere to and stick to 100%, what you feel is going to be a good lifestyle for you to do. And if it's a vegan diet, then I'm all for it. Go ahead and do that, but don't try and, like you said, try and cut corners. Okay, these
cutting corners, I love that. That's exactly what I'm getting at.
You can do that easily, but is it going to help you in the long run, short run? Is it actually beneficial? Period.
And the stronger you get your mindset, the better it is.
Right.
So if you don't cut corners, you do it properly, you build discipline, you build mindset, then you have the ability to turn it on. You have the ability to do things properly. If you do fall off track, you have the ability to turn it back on. And that's why I've never in my life had a problem if I'm getting a little fluffy and carrying a little bit of weight, because up here I've got the information and I've got the mindset to turn it on anytime I want.
Right.
And I know you're on the exact same page. No matter how bad you've been, how sick you've been, how long you haven't trained for, you have that ridiculous strong mindset that you can just bring it back as soon as you want, as quick as you want. No questions asked, not question yourself. That's unstoppable, that mindset, right?
Yeah, once you adapt that, it's anyone can do it.
You got to build up to it. You got to go through the hard times to get to that.
Just take steps, very simple.
Yeah, and that's kind of like baby steps, like you're saying, right?
I'd say for sure people jump to the gun, because people put their diets out there. This is what I do every day. Oh, let me try that, and then crash and burn, because they definitely took a lot of steps. They jumped a lot of steps as opposed to starting with a nice base. Always have a good base.
I know you mentioned, so you're leaning up right now, and you're about to implement keto.
Right.
Why is that? Why?
Yeah, and that's the thing too, everyone's got their pros and cons. Oh, keto's bad, heart disease, cholesterol, blood pressure. The reason why I like doing keto, because I've done a lot of diets. I've even done a vegan diet before. I've done pescatarian diets before. I like doing approaches that I can adhere to I like to work smarter, not harder, but that way with everything from the workout to my diet, I can find readily available, grass-fed, grass-finished animal products. I tend to actually do well when I have high amounts of zinc in my diet. Doing grass-fed, grass-finished meats like ground beef or even burgers. That's high fat, high protein. Doing that is more of a ketogenic approach. I feel that regarding just overall cognition and overall recovery and better sleep, it works for me.
Yep.
And then my ability to actually lose weight, because for me, being a bodybuilder, we know carbs are what your body needs for the ultimate fuel source, but having the protein in the mix too, your body can convert protein into carbs as needed.
Yep.
So I have everything I need personally, and just for me personally. Some people can't stand keto, doesn't work for them. Maybe it's the approach they took. In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
But for me, it works for me very well, and it's a nice way. I use it as a tool. It's a nice tool to implement when I want to drop body fat at a rapid amount of time without having to do excess amounts of training and cardio and stressing my body out more than I have to. It works for me personally.
Gotcha. And I love what you say, like working smarter, not harder. And what I've learned over the years, the smarter I've got at this, the less I work.
There you go.
To a point where like sometimes I see people training so hard,
right?
And I was like, nah, I'll just do my thing, because I know when I get home that diet's on point, or I'm fasting here, or I'm implementing keto here, I'm doing the cardio at the right time, the right place.
Key.
It's such a information is key, right? And you get that information and you learn your body and you learn what works for you by trial and error. And doing these things and talking to these people and trying different things.
Right.
But it kind of gets to a point now where we've both done it for so long that you've got so much information up here, it nearly becomes easy. Would you say?
Yeah, you have so many tools you can use. Okay,
tools being the word, right?
Yeah. So that's the key thing about like you said, trial and error. It's you got to be okay or be not look forward to necessarily, but be okay with making mistakes or things not going the way you planned. Trying this diet out and it not working for you, and that's just kind of part of life. Things are always going to go your way, and the main thing about it is like getting mentally stronger to be able to adhere to a diet and not work for you. Put your all into it, but then being okay with trying something else out. That's just kind of life. The
ability just to turn something on is crazy, right?
I agree.
It's priceless. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I think I talk people's ears off enough with that. The main thing about it, like, that people need to get from what you and I are saying, is there's never just one diet to adhere to. We know like all the glamour and all the things you put on social media and movies and things that have the big directors that they put the money into. It's not a bad thing. Try it out. If it doesn't work for you, then don't keep on trying and trying and trying. There's so many different approaches that are out there, from that doctors are backing and athletes are backing and people are talking about. So if you're trying to change your lifestyle and you're doing a diet to change your lifestyle, you need to make that diet, whatever that diet may be, more of a lifestyle plan. And at the same time too, make sure you have the right approach, the right base. That way when you're doing and you're starting that regimen, you're doing everything to the T, so you don't get frustrated if something's not going your way. You would then know, okay, I'm doing everything I need to do correctly, but it's not working for me. Let me just try something else. And that's the key word, is it's not always going to work. And don't be afraid, don't be discouraged to try something else. Once you've done everything you need to do, regarding the duration of dieting, the tools, the steps, the approaches that are needed.
How long would you recommend trying, say I was to come in and do Atkins, how long would you recommend me actually trying it properly before I start to really realize, hey, this isn't really for me, this is not really working like I'd hoped it would?
A lot of variables are gonna apply depending on the person, of course, too, depending on how they are healthy. But just a general person will say like they want just a lifestyle change. They don't have any crazy health markers that are red flagged. They just have maybe high body fat for them personally, or him or her personally. I would say anywhere from 16 to 20 weeks.
Oh, really? So you're really committing to it?
Yeah, at least a good time. Some people will say 12 weeks, but are you working out? A lot of issues. A lot of people have issues besides the diet. We talked a lot before about this. People have bad sleep. People stress a lot. People aren't very active.
Stress being a huge one, right?
So I think for your body to adapt and change, especially if you've been eating horribly for years on end, don't expect a month later for you to be like, oh man, I look great, I'm done. Like,
listen to what he said there. If it took you 10 years to get fat, you ain't losing in 1 month, 12 months.
Maybe not even a year.
It's gonna take you a while, and you got to understand it's gonna take you a while because it took you a while to put it on. It's gonna take you even longer to take it off.
Yeah, that's just that.
So you're saying like, okay, so you're committing to it properly, and then the worst case scenario, right? You do something that doesn't work as well, or it's not so much for you. You're still going to get so much benefit over 20 weeks, over 4 months.
That's the thing.
You're getting a huge benefit. You're still going to be healthier.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't
can
realize.
you maintain that for the rest of your life? That is the question, right? Yeah. The Atkins may not be the maintenance for you for the rest of your life or your new lifestyle, but it's definitely going to help you get healthier and lose weight.
Yeah, get things rolling. Agreed.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.